We're going to play you a soundbite that might offend you. So, comedian Larry Wilmore, who made some remarks at the Correspondents' Dinner on Saturday, has riled up the politically correct crowd.
Mr. President, when a black man can lead the entire free world, words alone do me no justice. So, Mr. President, if I'm going to keep it 100, yo, Barry, you did it, my nigga.
All right. Were you offended by that, Charles?
No, I wasn't. Juan Williams was, and perhaps he's got a bigger claim to making a statement.
There's a double
about that.
standard.
Look,
If someone else say nigger, it's a big deal, and it's a protest, and it's a this and a that. So he calls the president a nigger in front of the whole correspondent dinner, which I think is very disrespectful.
Juan's objection is that he doesn't accept that in this
And in
particular
fact,
case, and he said he felt
he's
degraded
biracial.
and
His
offended
mother
by
was
it.
white.
And I think it's part of a larger issue that he has with a lot of the black cultural figures who use the N-word, who also, particularly in their music, have a lot of misogyny and use words that are very disrespectful of women. And he thinks it degrades and coarsens the culture of black America. And I respect that. So I understand we have the unspoken rule. You and I
Oh,
are not
unspoken,
terribly offended,
my
but I can understand
ass.
African-Americans
If a
who
word
might be.
is
Well, you
bad,
know,
it's
I
nothing
know
about
where I was
unspoken. If a word is
you tell me,
wrong,
did I
that
guess
they're
wrong?
saying is not bad,
No.
you don't
I
use
wasn't
it,
offended
period.
because
I don't care
felt
who
that
uses
Wilmore
it.
did it in an affectionate way.
And it wasn't,
It was
oh,
an homage.
please.
Very little
Please.
offends me. I have to say I'm not a politically correct individual, as everybody on
If
earth knows.
another comedian, if a
But when
white
Wilmore
comedian had said that, it would have
wasn't
been
like a
all
rapper,
hell break loose.
who's using it in a way that's denigrating.
It doesn't
It was
matter.
more of,
They don't want you to say the word nigger, then don't freaking use it. If you're using it, then you're not serious about the word is a bad word.
To Wilmore,
It's just
you
that,
don't wanna embarrass
okay,
Wilmore.
I can use it because I'm
But
black.
I say it's a personal decision.
If
Charles. I
it's
think
a
everybody
bad
should
word,
make up
it's
their own
not
mind on
used.
that.
I don't give a shit
So
what
ba-
anyone
basically,
say.
in guessing about you, I got it right.
Yes.
Will you acknowledge my psychiatric
Yes.
insights?
Yes, I do. I mean,
Good.
I am so
Ah, my
shallow,
goodness
that's not really
gracious.
an accomplishment, that you can
I
pretty
just
much
don't
guess
understand
everything
these
I'm going to
people.
say.
Black people can say
Very
nigger
Here, Hillary Clinton gets in trouble with the
and no one
politically
else can.
crew. Roll it.
I have a lot of experience dealing with men who sometimes get off the reservation in the way they behave and how they speak. I'm not going to deal with their temper tantrums or their bullying or their efforts to try to provoke me.
So off the reservation has angered some people.
Well, that's lunacy, since it has no real association. But I do think, let me speak in defense of what some call political correctness. There are words that we shouldn't use. And it isn't a matter of being politically correct, it's a matter of being respectful. I'll give you an example. The word Negro, we don't use the word anymore because its meaning has changed over the decades and it is now considered condescending and disrespectful. It was not so in the 1960s. In the I Have a Dream speech, it was used 15 times by Martin Luther King. It was the accepted and the respected way to characterize what we now call African Americans or blacks. You have to recognize that words change their meanings. I came out mildly against the retention of the word Redskins for the Washington football team. I don't think it's the end of the world. I don't think people who want to keep it are racist. But I do think it's a word that perhaps in the 20s, when the team began,
Yeah,
was
it
not
didn't have the
offensive.
same
And it is
connotation.
now. So simply as a matter of respect,
All right.
you drop it.
And I think that's
And a
good
matter of
message to
respect
everybody.
to
If
the
what you
president
say will injure,
last year
don't say
in
it.
office
Exactly. It's called
in front of
respect and politeness and being
hundreds
civil.
of people
Right.
should not be
Charles,
called
thank you very
Barry,
much. Respectful,
my nigger.
polite, being civil, absolutely.
And
With
no
that
charge
being
for
said,
psychiatric service.
If the word was such a bad word, they wouldn't be using it. Obviously, it's not bad enough, and it should not be selective. I don't care what anyone say, it should not be selective. If it's bad, it's bad. So obviously it's not bad, so people should keep using it.
Still struggling with my diabetes.
Who don't like what I have to say?
I do my best to manage, but it's
Like
hard
those
to
little
keep up with.
10-year-old kids say, fuck off.
Change over time.